Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so happy to have all of you on today. Welcome again to Training Tuesday, offered by the Chief Procurement Office for General Services. Our agenda today is going to be updates and reminders. We'll go over countdown. NIGP codes is our main topic today. We'll tell you where to find some additional upcoming training, and we'll talk about our life hack for today. All right, updates and reminders. So, one, we have our commitment to diversity, our C2D vendor resources. We have videos and other instructional material newly available on the CPOGS website. If you have vendors asking for direction, you can direct them to those materials, and that will help them with that filling out the commitment to diversity. CPO Notice 2023.10 provides notice of the Local Food, Farms, and Jobs Act, which was 30 ILCS 595. That established a goal of 20% of all food and food products purchased by state agencies and state-owned facilities, and those shall be local farm or food products. So that is going to require the agencies that purchase those to publish a public notice on BidBuy by January 1st, 2024, and each January 1st thereafter. So you do need to do a general notice on BidBuy titled FY23 Local Food, Farms, and Jobs Act Report. In that report, it shall include the total dollar value of food and food products purchased for fiscal year 2023 and the total dollar value of local farm or food products purchased in fiscal year 2023. All right, we also have CPO Notice 2024.04. So if you have access or need access to BidBuy, please remember that you will need to complete the diversity and inclusion in procurement training. CPO Notice 2024.04 further defines other roles that are required to also take this training. The training window started on October 24th and ends on December 21st. So please log into OneNet and complete this training as soon as possible. You can access the link to the training on the CPO notice. We also have CPO Notice 2024.06, which was recently released. This provides the official notice that the RFP version 24.3 template will be required for use. All right, it will be required for use on January 1st, as it's already available on our website for use on the CPOGS website underneath the templates section. The new RFP template has the commitment to diversity evaluation categories included already. So unless a deviation is approved by your SPO, the CPOGS DEI guidance shall be used in all RFPs. We do have another training available to you on that RFP template and commitment to diversity. That's happening this Thursday from 11 to noon. Whenever you get your slides for this, you will be able to click on that training hyperlink at the bottom of this slide, and it does have the access to that. Again, it's this Thursday from 11 to noon. Our countdown, we only have 19 more days left until New Year's Eve. So please make sure that you are working through those procurements that have a fiscal or a calendar year end and any that need to be completed early January. So make sure that those are top priority and your SPO is aware of those. Let's talk about NIGP codes today. So what are NIGP codes? Well, it's important to know that it's not important to know, but it is fun to know that the first code version was released by NIGP in 1984. Per NIGP, the NIGP code is the universal taxonomy for identifying commodities and services in procurement systems. They're also implemented by 33 states. So how does Illinois use the NIGP codes? Well, CPO Notice 2022.10, the NIGP code selection, it requires agencies to use the 5-digit class item code. The first 3 digits are just the class, the last 2 digits are the item. This does drive and help make sure that the appropriate approval paths are created in BidBuy. So by you selecting the correct NIGP codes, it does make sure that it gets to the right people for approval before it goes out to the public. Also, NIGP codes are used in Illinois for the Small Business Set-Aside Program. Per CPO Notice 2018.01, it's the revised list of Small Business Set-Aside Program codes. That does include a full list of all NIGP codes that are set aside for small businesses, even above the small purchase threshold. So in BidBuy on the items tab, this screenshot is from our training environment, so this is not a real live procurement, but it does still show you what it would look like in our live environment. This is an example to show you how the vendor can see the main NIGP code and all others that apply to this line. This is what the vendor sees. So you'll see that directly following the item number, we see the NIGP code represented in the parentheses. Directly below, we see where it again states the NIGP code and the written description of what that NIGP code is for. At the bottom of each line, we see where the agency had the ability to note additional NIGP codes that apply. If any had been selected by the agency, they'll show up here. The agency will need to select a single NIGP code that applies the best for each line and include any additional in that additional NIGP code area. Please note though that the NIGP code per line does not have to be the same as the other line items. For instance, if you're attempting to procure services and commodities, the same service related NIGP code may not be relevant for the type of commodities that are also being sought. So again, this is just an example that I created in our training environment, but it's how you can make it work in the live environment as well. The NIGP code also applies on the Bidders tab. We use it to help identify vendors that have registered in BidBuy with the NIGP codes that the agency used. If you utilize Find All Vendors for all commodity codes on the bid, it will pull all the vendors that are registered in the bid or in BidBuy for the main NIGP codes used on the Items tab. If you added additional NIGP codes on the items tab, meaning the additional line where we can just list them out, you will need to enter those separately and search for those separately when you're searching for the bidders. It will not show up if you just select the find vendors for all commodity codes. If there are duplicates from the different NIGP codes, duplicate vendors, it will automatically only keep the vendor on the list once. The GP codes that you utilize in BidBuy also come into play as you complete a goal setting form for procurements over the small purchase threshold that are not set aside for small purchases. Please recall that if it is set aside for small business vendors, per CPO Notice 2018.01, the BEP goal would not be utilized. If you receive a waiver that allows you to go out to small and large vendors, then you would need to complete the goal setting form. Overall, vendors see reference to our NIGP codes when they register as an Illinois small business, when they're registering in BidBuy or in BEP or the Veterans Business Program. Additionally, they select NIGP codes as they register in the Illinois Procurement Gateway. Encouraging vendors to register in as many NIGP codes that are relevant to their business will assure that they are included in communications that are pushed out to vendors via BidBuy or anything within that commodity code. So again, that's why NIGP codes are important to how we utilize them for our approval pass, and for communicating with the right vendor pool. All right. If you would like to see where we're doing additional trainings, join us at the CPOGS Training Center. We do have our introduction to Illinois procurement happening Wednesday, February 7th. Bid by monthly training is happening tomorrow, Wednesday, December 18th. You do not have to join us for the whole day. You can join us just for a portion if you're just needing a refresher on a certain section. If you are new to bid by, we do suggest full day though. There is no pre-registration required. We do have a bid by practice session Thursday, December 14th and on the 21st. These start at 9 a.m. We do not have a set agenda, so join us at any point in time so that you can hear what other people are bringing up and to see some general ways to work within bid by. Our life hack for today. So adding bumpers to the back of picture frames can save your walls from being scratched. If you don't want to buy the actual little plastic bumpers to put on the back of your frames, you can add a few drops of hot glue to the back of the frame instead, and it will serve the same purpose. All right, if you have any questions, please email us at cpogs.training@illinois.gov. Again, thank you for joining us today.